Hey everybody and welcome back to Story Theory. I'm going to be starting my magnum opus, my creme de la creme, the epitome of why I wanted to restart Satisfactory. And what it's going to be is, I've said it before, a glass onion build for TurboFuel, and this is the start of it right here. I tried to get things laid out so I kind of had a general idea before I started recording, and I think I have a good direction, but there's still some things I need to figure out. So we are on the north side of the Spire Coast, north side of the map here. We're building way out into the water. I also went around the entire exterior of the map and pretty much put I put down foundations to map the entire exterior of the world, so I knew where the kill box was, and make sure I wasn't getting too close to it. So, the TurboFuel factory is going to need 2,250 sulfur, 750 plastic, 2,250 water, which is 4 pipes, 3,450 oil, which is about 6 pipes, and that is going to make 4,500 TurboFuel, which is 8 pipes, 8 full pipes coming out. And that is going to use pretty much all of the oil on the northern Spire Coast. So, I'll throw up an image of the map here from the interactive Satisfactory calculator. It's going to be using 4 impure oil nodes, or 5 impure oil nodes, 4 normal oil nodes, and 2 pure nodes. So that actually gives us just a little bit more oil than we need to produce that 4,500 TurboFuel. However, the math works out better if I do everything kind of this way. So basically, I am going to have it's going to be the glass onion in the middle, the really big one, and then all this TurboFuel is going to go into 400 fuel generators, fully overclocked, and you know I got the power shards from the beginning factory. So, I'm going to have the center console here, as you could say. This is going to be the center highway for getting all the oil in, as you could kind of tell underneath. I'll just delete one of these. Underneath, we have all the Mark II pipes under there. And then we're going to come into the central base. And the central glass onion hub is going to be this one right in the center, going all the way up with this steel frame, taking the oil all the way up in the middle. I had to get kind of creative about how these pipes got into the middle, because there just wasn't enough room. I'm trying to really cram in a lot of stuff here in the middle, and it's probably a bad idea. Then, as you can see with the red here, we have the 8 TurboFuel pipes coming out of this. Now, these 8 pipes are going to go out in like a bit of a hexagon, or octagon pattern, excuse me. So each one of those is going to go out 30 foundations and then go up into its own glass onion build. And I'm going to make that glass onion build slightly shorter than this one here, because basically I'm going to pump all this oil all the way up to the top and have it flow down into the machines, have that flow down into the machines, and then gravity is going to take the TurboFuel from the bottom of this all the way over, out, and up into the other areas. So basically I need to make the glass onions for each one of these and then make sure the height is correct. Because if the height's not correct and I don't have enough gravity coming down to go push it all the way back up, that's going to be a huge problem. So I have started each one of these. I've started each one of these. I've started the octagon build, and I kind of have an idea of how I want this to look. So the interior here has that main power switch going here, and this power switch is coming out. So this power is actually going to go and run all the way back. I'm probably going to take this one out here and maybe run it up. I'm not quite sure. I probably will have this come out, have it all go up, and then I'll have a control center at the very top of the onion that is going to have the power switches. Because like I've said with fluids before, you need to have the pipes completely full before you turn something on because of that random number, or random floating number in the 600 pipe. So it usually works pretty well, and with fluid effects and sloshing and everything else, if the pipes are completely full, and then you turn stuff on. So I need to turn on this factory in stages. Number one, I got to turn on all the oil housings and the oil extractors. I need to have the oil pipes completely full and the refineries completely full. Then I can turn on the refineries. Once the refineries are on, pumping oil all the way down, then I can turn on the blenders. Then once the blenders are completely full, making my turbo blend fuel, I can have all of the turbo fuel go down, fill up all the fuel generators, and then I can turn on all the fuel generators at once. So I'm kind of trying to map out how I want to do this for electrical. I think I'm going to have, I think instead of maybe doing it this way, I might have 8 different power lines going all the way up. Because I'm going to need to have this be on a power switch here, so that way I can turn this one on and off from the main power grid. And I hope my power grid has enough power to turn on all the refineries and everything to get stuff going before the turbo fuel's flowing. Regardless, I will think about power in a minute. I think I need to delete this one, though. So, I have all the oil pipelines on it in, and they look good. The turbo fuel pipelines in, they look good. Now I need my 4 water extractors, because I need 4 pipes, 600 pipes of water. Unfortunately, I did not leave myself enough room on this side. I was hoping to run the pipes down this way. And I think I'm going to have a type of sky bridge running from each onion to the next. I mean, I have these walkways down here, which aren't bad. But just the way that this is designed, I'm not really going to have a good way to get all the way up inside of the onion. I was hoping to have the middle as a... maybe I could actually still do that. So I was actually hoping to have the middle as a an elevator. That's what the idea was. But I don't know if that's going to work. Because I need all of these oil lines, all of these oil pipelines to go up. And there's 6 of them. And then I need 4 water pipelines. Which maybe I could... maybe instead of doing this... nonsense inside of here. Because this just looks... I don't know what I was thinking. I was tired last night while I was doing this. It looks funky. I don't really like it. Plus, this entire inside from this one right here, this is going to be complete foundations. Like, all the way up. That's what this is going to look like. And then I'm going to... actually, I could make the elevators out here, maybe. I don't know, because these electrical lines kind of... I have those set to be on the outside. Let's delete these real quick. So just kind of thinking out loud. Thinking, how the frickin' frick am I going to do this? So that way it looks nice. I don't really like the way that these pipe connectors connect to this center line. Because you can tell that one right there is kind of goofy. It's not really touching. Maybe I could do something different. Alright, you know what? Let's try it. Let's do something a little different here. I don't really like the way this is looking so far. At least for now. Once again, G, if you're deleting stuff and you hold G, that's how you get the filter on, which is crazy helpful. So you don't delete stuff that you don't want to delete. Pipes out of here. Let's delete these things out of here. That. Yeah, it's just like there's too much going on in the center. The center line, and the problem here is that I needed 8 of these onions coming off. So I don't really have a good center-ish way to get into the facility. I would Because originally, I would love to have this as like the center highway. I come in, I take an elevator up, and then boom, bang, you're done. But that's really not how this is going to work out. At least for right now. So I think the TurboFuel area looks good. That's fine. This here in the center, though, we need to do some creative nonsense here. First of all, let's get this to be... I was trying to do something cool where it, like, had the water in it and everything, but I just don't think that's going to work out super nicely. Maybe like that's not bad. I might as well just throw on the, this guy. It still doesn't look bad, don't get me wrong, but it's just not practical? Is practical the right word? Sure. Let's go with practical. Okay, so I need 10 of these because I have 6 oil coming out, 6 oil pipelines, and I have 4 water that are coming in from somewhere. These oil pipelines can't really come in from that. Also, I need to fix these, because those aren't correct either. They were actually one down from where they should be. You can tell it's like not connected to the roof. Why is that? I have no idea. That one is, I already fixed those ones. Okay, don't know what I just deleted, but hopefully it wasn't anything important. Let's get rid of that. Because I like the way the pillars look. It's gonna give it some structure. Maybe I could have the... I don't know if I'm going to be able to get anything in here with the water the way it is. Because I don't think I can get something... Can I? I don't know. Let's check. Does that clip? Oh yeah, that clips right through that pillar. That's not going to work. Okay, well... Maybe instead... Maybe we come under. So you can run stuff underground or underwater. It's a huge pain because you can't actually have your build gun out in water. But if you do something a little funky, kind of like this, not like that, I might be able to get it to basically clip underneath where I need it to. Maybe not. Thought maybe I could get it to clip underneath this, this area. Maybe I can... Because I'm trying to make everything look nice and symmetrical as well, of course. So how can I get that water from the water extractors in here without creating too much of a hubbub? I could expand the front to 3 foundations across. I still don't think that's going to give me enough room. Maybe I can. That's how we do it. So that's how I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to create a pillar like this, create another pillar like that, and then I can attach that down there. So I can have all 4 of my water extractors coming in from the bottom, which is going to be a bitch to get these to snap. Might have to do some hub flubbery in there. But regardless, let's change. You know, I'm really sick of making... let's change this to... This is going to be TurboFuel. Oops. This, I really wish you could change the names of these too. That would be great for the more swatches one. That's actually a pretty nice blue. Let me see how that looks. A little too bright for water. Let's darken it down just a smidgen. Maybe like there. That's better. Okay. So I'm actually going to save this one as water. Okay, so TurboFuel, oil, water. And then I will just have... I could actually probably have all 4 of the water extractors coming off the backside here. Okay, so that takes care of water. Regardless, water is taken care of. It's going to come up into the center for now. But I think something like this, like this. Hang on. Yeah, these actually need to be inside, so that way they match. It's gonna look kind of goofy because there's really nothing holding up that steel right there, but we can change that with a beam. Beams to the rescue, as per usual. So I'm going to tell you right now, this is, stuff is going to change on this build. Being, a bit of Zed fighting there. Really a lot of Zed fighting. That's fine. Let's just move these back a smidge. Being my magnum opus is no short feat, you know. It's a lot of... It is a lot of pressure. Not just anybody can be the magnum opus, okay? Let's do it like that. Plus, I want to be able to look out here on the Spire Coast and just see these onions, like, rising out of the earth. Just... Or, not earth, can't remember the planet's name. Message to a B something. It's something like that. Anyways, that is what I want this to look like. Like, you look over here and you see this giant structure. Okay, so those are good. These are going to go on the outside now, and I can't get that to do it. Like that. You got to put the frame on, and then you can do it like this. Maybe. It's like 1 pixel. There it is. I don't know why this is so difficult at the moment. Come on. Come on. Right there. 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 Ah, son of a... I right-clicked by accident. I had it. It was like right here somewhere. There we go. Oh, I almost had it. Where was it? There. There we go. Okay. Now, gotta noodle this, because it's too sharp to not noodle. There. Now we will have those going on the outside. I'll keep the center line, the center point of this for power. Don't need this. I mean, actually, I could leave that there. Because this could be where the power pole goes. Let me just grab one. There. Not bad. Okay. So, the water system for the interior is set up. Now, it's going to run on the outside of the main steel cage going up. Which still leaves me the problem with the elevator and getting pedestrian access up there. Huh. Like I said, maybe I'll just end up doing a sky bridge out there at the very first onion, and then it'll just connect all of them. That's probably what I'm going to have to do, because the center point of this one is going to be bonkers insane with everything we got going on. Okay, well, let's... These 4 are running on the outside. Then I have to get these 6 oil lines. That 1, 2, 3... Or do I just run them all off the front? Because I'm going to want the oil to all connect at the top. Because all the oil is going to go into heavy oil residue. But then some of that heavy oil residue is going to go into petroleum coke, and the other one is going to go into diluted fuel. I need the blenders for the diluted fuel as well. Okay. Wait, can I even have 2 of these side by side? Nope, sure as shit can't. Okay, well that solves that issue right then and there. So these guys in the middle do have to come out for sure. So those are actually going to go out like this. What are you doing? What are you doing, little pipe? Where are you going? That guy, like... Okay. Like that. So that's gonna take care of that. Now I have the 6 oil lines. Getting them out of there and where they need to go, I don't think is going to be fun. They're going to have to curve around here, and there's really only room for one at a time. Because one of these can go right here. That. I mean, this is how they're gonna have to go, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how that's gonna have to go to make them symmetrical, but that's only 4. I need to get 2 more. Guess I could just go right here and right here. 5, 6. That might work, because then I can take this one here and run it. That clipping? No. No. No, it's not. But this would be, wouldn't it? No, that doesn't clip either. Oh my goodness. Did I just, you know, did I just solve Satisfactory's biggest problem? No, I didn't. But, okay, there we go. Alright, that one's there, this one's here, this one goes like this, and then this one goes like this, and then it goes up, not to the red, not to red, it goes to orange. Thank you. Orange. Right. And nothing's clipping. Ugh. I'll tell you what. That's something. That is something. Is this conducive to engineering standards? Probably not. But that's fine. Okay, that's all of the pipes hooked up, at least to the ground layer, and then we have a way to get everything up. The next problem we're going to face is getting pumps on all of these to get everything up there. But I think if I try and get to the maximum height, I build out, and then I take I hate using floor holes. Floor holes suck in this game. For some unknown reason, half the time they don't work. The only way that I have found them to work well and consistently is with the 1 meter foundation. If you do a 2 or if you do a 4, they seem to not work at all. And you basically turn everything on and then have to delete them and turn them back and then put them back in, which is a huge pain. So I try to avoid them at all costs. I'm going to be using a couple here because I need to get all this stuff up. And I can't remember if floor holes work the same way as conveyor floor holes, and the fact that you can pretty much put them as high as you want, and they will continue to snap. Like, you don't need anything in between. I'm going to find out right now, though. Let's just put this up here. That's only one out. We need another one. Now, let's put this floor hole like that. No, it does not work like that. Okay. Oh, well then, that poses an issue. How high up did I say I need this to be? I needed it to be 40 frames up from the floor to start, which was 10 frames. I don't know if I want that to go higher. Because with the onion build, it's not like floor and then like that's the bottom. It's floor and then roofs, walls, roofs. To make the circular pattern. Because I did this before in creative and wrote it all down, but now I'm rethinking things, of course. Let's see. Because what I'm thinking is, too, the TurboFuel is going to be made on the bottom layer of the onion, right? So as high as that layer is, that layer needs to be higher than all of the other onions' total height. Because if it's not, then gravity's not going to work, go all the way down. Excuse me. You know what? I might just do what I did with these. I made them 30 out because, like, for the circular pattern, I'm going out 11 on each one of them. So 11 and 11, that's 22. That still gives me a solid 8, you know, foundations on each side of clearance. which is still quite a bit, you know. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I am gonna just go all the way up to 30. Can only get to 7 from here, apparently. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way up to 30. I'm gonna do it. That's 10, apparently. That's 20. Okay. Because if I do go all the way up to 30, that's gonna give me... I think that'll give me clearance that I need. So doing this without the hover pack is, or the fly cheat advanced game option, whatever you'd like to call it, it's gonna be atrocious. Like, once I get all the way up here, if I fall down, I'm gonna be very upset. I guess I could just create frames the whole way up. There we go. And I'd have to run back to the base at some point and get more iron rods. I only have like 50 rods. Okay, sorry about that. My car is done. I had to get the windshield replaced because a rock jumped up and broke the entire thing. Okay, so let's get a, you know what? Let's get a bird's eye view of this because I haven't actually done that yet. Come on, get me up there. There we go. Bit of a bird's eye view of what we got going on. So this is going to be the main build here going out. Each one of these limbs is going to have its own onion on it, and then as you can tell right there with the foundation line, that's the kill box. That's the kill box. So we're getting a little close. I wanted to make sure I knew where the kill box was because that one there has to go up and out 10 as well to make it a circle, or 11. So, man, we are up here. But we're not like sky base, right? We're not higher than everything else in the world. We're still kind of in the realm of things. Plus, I think with the main pillar here of what I'm going to make, it's going to make it look structural enough that it should look like it should work. And this, I just noticed, also, this thing has to go back to here, or that one has to go out one. I could also make a little control center down here where this line actually runs all the way up to the top, comes down as the central pillar, and all of that gets distributed. Okay, so now that I have power, or pipes figured out, let's figure out power and how we're gonna do this. Because I need each one of these to be on a separate circuit, and then I can put the priority power switch on, and I can flip all of the fuel generators at once. It's going to be important. So basically, I need power from each one of these coming down and then coming in. And then up top, I need a separate circuit, which is going to run the power to the main center of the base. How am I going to do that? So this is my power pole that I made. Pretty simple, just some metal beams, connectors, little lights on top. Looks good though. So this one's the tricky one, the main one here. If I have one of these lines running the power from my other facility to jumpstart, so I could have one of these run jumpstart, one of these run to the 8th terminal here, first terminal, I guess. Okay. Sorry about that again. So, I want the main power to probably run in the middle just because it's going to make more sense. Then the control console's all going to be all the way at the top. I'm going to need to run power all the way up to the command center and then all the way down. Or at least one of them is going to have to go down, because one of them is going to be my main jump starter switch. This is where I feel like the wireless power mod would be so nice. Like that it's a circuitry mod, but it had wireless power. Which the microwave power mod would have been fantastic for this, but the mod author said he's discontinuing that because it was programmed poorly. His words, not mine. Or their words, I guess. And they said they're discontinuing it, but you might see it in like Satisfactory Plus or something like that. Their other mod, K-Mods makes that one, I think. Can't remember. So if I have power going all the way up and then power coming all the way back down, it's going to be very interesting to try and get the power from the center to the outside. Right? Because these are going to be full-on foundations like this. This is going to be zooped all the way up there, as high as it can go to the top. And it's going to give it that structural look. And then we're just going to have the pipes running down in through that concrete foundation. But hang on a second. Let's do that. Then let's grab this. If I did something like this. Right, because this entire thing is going to look kind of structural. But I'm going to run into the problem that is this guy on the other side. Maybe not. Could do something interesting instead. So I could try and keep the power on the outside, keep the pipes on the inside. I wonder if I could try and do something on the outside of this that looks cool for the power running up the sides. Or yeah, I changed up a bunch of stuff on this one so I could get a line in the middle and it would actually look good. But what if instead of that, instead of putting the control panel all the way at the top, what if I put it down here? Yeah. What if I did that? And then instead, frames, let's get a wall. This. This might look a little bit better. Not what I wanted. Than what I was thinking. Okay. So I'm thinking here, if I can get the power control panel to be on the inside like this and kind of look nice, I could have all of these on a power line. So this one, B terminal here, would go out like this, probably. And then I'd take and run this like that. Okay, maybe not like that, because that looks terrible. Put some beams here. I don't really like the way that looks either. Maybe not, because there's no walls going down. I'm trying to think how I can do this, how I can get the power in, make it look good, how I can run all these switches down to a command center. Oh. Or maybe instead of having them here, I should have them coming off of each one of these. Instead of having the command center this way, I should do it that way. Because there's already a lot going on over here. And then I could just have the power run along the power poles and eventually slap itself right into here. And then I'll just take this. And basically run it like that. So that way there's a power pole on the side of each one of these. That goes into the pillar, and these 8 pillars will take the power all the way up to the top. Might be a better way to go about it. Okay, well, after deleting things and then putting them back in, I'm, Yep, just putting things back in. Man, this game, tell you what, I do and do and do and then redo, and it's just... Like, even right now, I do not like how this pillar looks when the other stuff is in. Don't like the way it looks. Because my whole thing is, my whole theory about Satisfactory and the way I do builds is I want them to look, number one, I want it to have a funky shape. First things first, it cannot be a square. It's got to be some type of obscure shape, octagon or something like that, or just like an L, like I did with my Satisfactory or coal and silica facility, or just something different. Number two, it has to look structural, and that's how that's what I'm trying to do right now. Number three, it has to have pedestrian walkway access, so it looks like a real factory, and it has to have like safety protocol. Because Fix-It, you know, they care about your property. They care about their pioneers. They want them to be safe, so that way they can squeeze every last bit of life they have out of them for production. So those are the three things I try and do every time I build. And, you know, I got the shape down. Now I got to figure out structure and power. I don't mind this look. For these pillars going all the way up. I don't mind it, but then it kind of makes these pillars in the corner obsolete. Maybe instead of that, I use these pillars. If I put the power on them, I had the power going up. So instead of putting power in the middle, I had the power on the sides of each one of these. Alright. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking in my head. Thinking in my head how I want this to look. Because if I just do the straight foundation on the outside, it's going to look like a flat wall, and I don't want it to look like that. Well, you know what? First things first, let's get the top of the onion, or the bottom of the onion built at least. So let me just... I don't know where that other one went. I put a foundation somewhere I didn't mean to. Oh, there it is. It's on the inside. Jeez. Can't land for some reason. Could I have done this with the hover pack? Yes, but I would have already had to bring power out here to do that. Oh my god, we still have so far to go. Almost there. Oops. Didn't wait for it to recharge fully. There we go. Now... we're actually out one. Okay, there we go. Now let's get our outside corner. Now you don't have to do it this way. Obviously, I could just put a normal square on here. But kind of like I just like switching it up a little bit because I'm just going to fill it in with one of these. So it's just a normal square, right? When everything's all said and done. Oh, wait, actually, no. No, I was right. It needs to be this. There we go. Yeah. It's got to be like this because the water and stuff's coming up through here. There we go. Now, currently this looks like it's just floating in the air. However, it will be connected by the center tower point. Actually, since this is going to be the center point, actually, I wonder where the roof is going to intersect it. Because this roof is going out this way. Not there. There? Okay, it looks like that is where it intersects it. One down. But actually, what if we go down one? That's better. Okay, no. No, we're not going to go down one. We're going to take up... Yeah, we're going to take up these foundations by one instead. That'll make more sense in a second. Because instead, if I take these foundations up by one, it will intersect the roof better at a better spot whenever I put the frames back on. Because the snapping point for the frames and foundations is one down. Actually, we're getting up on the hour mark, so I'm just going to delete these, and then I'm going to start the very bottom of the onion and get everything moving upwards. Alright, so, Glass Onion Part 1 complete. I'll see you for Part 2.